bananas. What's up, guys? We are on the way to the shop today, and so I was planning on painting the Civic today. There might be a little bit of a delay. So last night in Colorado, we had like a really weird like ice slash like snowstorm that kind of blew in. So it's like 30 degrees out right now, but like the road has a bunch of ice and stuff. So they canceled a bunch of like schools and preschools and random things like that. So Eric, the guy who was gonna help me kind of pick out a crazy color and make a crazy color today, and I was gonna paint tonight. He actually didn't go into work today, so which is fine. So I still have a lot of little stuff to do to the Civic anyhow. So I think what I'm going to start off by doing is just finishing blocking the whole car, its final block. Probably wet sand it maybe once with like 320. Basically just spend a lot of time today kind of prepping the car, going around the final edges. You know, get it in the booth, clean the booth, mask it off, and hopefully, you know, just make sure take a little bit more time than I probably would have if I would have had paint. Because if I had paint, I would just be like, all right, let's freaking spray this thing. But if I basically get it all ready to go, whereas tomorrow, then I could just pretty much just spray it tomorrow. It's cold here in Colorado. So tonight was the night I was supposed to actually primer the Civic, but as I said earlier, I ended up doing a couple more things today. I did that little review on the Ford Ranger. I bought the F-250, all kinds of cool stuff like that. So we are at the shop now, and I am getting ready to do the final block on the Civic. And as you can see, I kind of started a little bit last night. We were trying 320, and it's just taken forever. So this is 320. So what I ended up doing is just throwing some 180 on it. And I've had pretty good luck in the past just blocking the kind of the final coat with 180, kind of buzzing over it real quick with 320, and then just using like the two-part actually like sealer, like the 2K sealer on it, and then that seems like it fills any like little 180 scratch if there is any at all. So so tonight should be the final block on the Civic. So the plan is to go ahead and get this thing final block in 180, hopefully get it all cleaned up and everything ready to go, and then get it stuffed in the booth, move everything out of the booth, get that kind of cleaned up. So hopefully when I get here tomorrow, that we could go ahead and primer this thing. So this video is probably going to be about 2 days worth of, at least 2 days worth of random stuff. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and get to blocking it with the 180. And hopefully that should go quick. I know it goes by so fast in the time lapse, but yeah, let's hop to it. Doors, car, let's get her done. So I just got done kind of blocking the whole car with 180. I kind of did it a little bit in this quarter, and then just kind of ended up throwing some 400 grit on the DA. Basically kind of prepping this for, you know, kind of prepping her for the paint. So I'm kind of tired of primer videos. I'm tired of talking in the primer videos and talking about the primer and explaining the primer and doing all that other stuff. So I'm going to explain how tomorrow is going to go. So I'm going to go home for the night. I have to edit the Ranger video. And if you guys haven't watched that video yet, I hope you guys checked it out, because that should have been what you seen yesterday. So the plan for tomorrow is I'm going to show up to the shop. I'm going to go ahead and sand the rest of the door jambs. So I'm going to go ahead and sand the jambs probably with 180, and then the little Scotch-Brite, basically give them a little bit of tooth, smooth them out so that the paint will actually stick to the jambs. I'm going to finish off the rest of the car with 320 400 grit, and then I'm going to push it outside and wash it with the hose. So that's either before or after I go to DNS. So I got to go to DNS tomorrow and pick up some paint. I need to pick out what color I'm going to paint it. I don't know exactly what color I'm doing yet. I did a little poll on Instagram, so hopefully you voted in that. If you're not following me on Instagram, you need to freaking follow me on Instagram, because there is tons and tons of behind the scenes secret things that are going on that only the people on Instagram are that get to partake in that. So if you're not on there, I don't know why, but hop on there. We're gonna mix up some paint. We're gonna come back to the shop. Eric over there at DNS, he's gonna make me some. It's gonna be a good color. Hopefully, you guys are gonna like it. And then we're gonna come back here. We're gonna wash this thing. We're gonna push it in the booth. We're gonna clean the shit out of the booth. We're gonna make the booth really nice, and we're gonna paint this sumbitch. That's it. That's what's gonna happen. It's getting painted tomorrow, and so hopefully the last time I freaking talk to you guys is after it's painted. So if you don't want to hear anything else out of my mouth until this sumbitch is painted, like this video right now. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, I don't really care. Just watch another video or two. Just make sure you're watching the videos. If you've been watching the channel for a while and you're getting kind of bored, just stay tuned. Give me a minute. You know, I mean, I'm kind of bored myself. So give me a minute. We're working on some things in the background, but you ain't gonna hear a peep out of me until this freaking car is painted. So if you're stoked about that, give this video a thumbs up, and I guess we'll see what happens. Doors. Alright guys, here it is. This freaking Civic is bananas. So, you see, obviously I painted it yellow, and I went back and forth a lot. Look at that freaking pearl in there. So this is a, it's a Indie Yellow Pearl, which is basically like a NSX color. But look at that. Doesn't that just look awesome? Like, it's crazy because you can't really see the pearl in it from over here. And then as soon as you look at it, like with some actual light, you just see all them freaking pearlies in it. And it just looks, the pearlies for the girlies. So, yeah. Pretty happy with how it turned out. I wasn't stoked about, I guess, all the little work. I thought this was just going to be like a quick, you know, kind of a quick little respray, but when you're dealing with somebody else's body work that you don't really know, and then you end up priming it and you end up finding your own stuff, and that's kind of why you know, it took me so long. So stuck to my word, and after that day of primer and doing some other stuff, I didn't film anything else. I didn't talk. I just freaking worked on it. So I'm about a week behind on where I actually wanted to be on this thing, but I mean, it turned out really, really good, and it definitely shows. So I did have to kind of go back over some things, redo some stuff, but I mean, it looks super, super straight. You know, the paint laid out really nice. There is, you know, a couple little dirt nibs, and well, I mean, there's a lot of little dirt stuff in it all over, but you can't ever really get anything perfect, and even a lot of booths, you don't get, you know, a perfect paint job out of a booth. So this is actually pretty decent. More so, what I like about it is the lighting in here. So you can see I went ahead and added some more lights to it, and I don't know, it's just kind of a controlled space. So if you guys are curious about my wedding tent paint booth, I do have a video of this in the past. But I don't know, I was going to do white, but this car has been, I guess, primer for so long, so it's been kind of like a light gray like the whole time I've owned it. And so like painting it white wouldn't have really been that like shocking to me. Kind of like when I repainted my drift car, like it was all brand new and fresh, but it, like, I almost didn't care because it was the same exact color and everything. And you know, I just wanted something different, and I kind of like Skittles. You know, I like skittled colored cars, and yeah, I think this is pretty cool. OEM Honda color. And it's gonna freaking pop. Like when you see this thing driving down the road or at the track or doing something like that, like you're gonna freaking see this thing, and it's a clean Honda. It's really freaking clean. So we do have some obviously other things that we need to get painted later this week or later next week. So we have like the rear bumper, the front bumper, and all these little trim pieces and stuff. Mirrors, just other random stuff. I haven't 100% decided whether or not I want to do like a hood dump on this, but that is kind of in the process. This hood isn't perfect. I didn't want to spend a whole lot of time on this hood, so I might end up doing maybe like a carbon fiber hood or getting just like a Certifit hood and painting it flat black, because I think like black and yellow would work really well. Yeah, my battery's getting ready to die, so hold on. This car was kind of a huge battle with myself as far as like quality, like how much I was willing to let go, and then how far I actually wanted to take it. Just there's so many little tiny little imperfections that kind of popped up that I wasn't expecting, and then you get the fender and the hood done, and then the roof and the quarter panel, and then all of a sudden this, you know, over here there was this little dent that you didn't see, and then here was these really deep sand scratches, and here's this, you know, this random like piece that you didn't scuff, and I don't know. So I guess painting a car yourself, you know, essentially doing like all the labor and everything, like it is, man, it's just a ton of work, and there's so much little fine detail stuff that obviously like isn't entertaining to you guys, and I feel like I've done so many primer videos and talking about stuff that, you know, it wouldn't have made sense for me to just keep freaking making primer videos and talking about all that stuff. So I appreciate you guys sticking with me through the primer videos. But yeah, I definitely went through some more stuff this week that I didn't show you guys with this car and fixing little things. But overall, it turned out really well, and I am pretty happy with it. I'm going to be stoked to get the rest of this stuff painted. But let me know what you guys think of the color. I can't wait to actually get it out in the sun, because sitting inside in the, you know, the lights in here, it doesn't really do it justice. So hopefully within the next day or so, we'll get it pulled outside, stick it in the sun, hang the doors and stuff on it, and then painting this trim and stuff. I still have to sand a couple of these little things, but overall that shouldn't take too long. But man, I was freaking, there's like 12 coats of paint on this thing between like sealer and base coat and the mid coat, because it is a candy, or it's not a candy color, it basically has a mid coat in it. So you do a base color yellow, which is like a pastel color, and then you do like a lightly tinted mid coat with the pearl in it, and then you do that on top of the yellow, and then I did 2 coats of clear coat. So there's tons and tons of paint. I've been painting this thing since freaking like 8 o'clock. It's like 3 in the morning right now. I'm freaking tired. I was going to paint last night, but there's just way too much stuff. But again, look forward to seeing a lot more stuff with this video, or with this car in videos. I do plan on doing some, turbo stuff, some dyno stuff, some upgrading stuff. So hopefully we'll be making some decent power with this D16. If it freaking blows up, I don't know. I did want to paint the bay, but I figured let's see how the engine does. If it holds together and we make some good power, that's awesome. If it blows up, we'll pull it out. We'll throw something else cool in there, and actually paint the engine bay. So again, let me know what you think of this yellow. And I'm gonna need a nickname. I really am. I'm gonna need a nickname for this car, and I don't know if I should just call it like Civic Bananas, or just call it Nanners or something. I don't know. I don't know what it should be, but this color is really, really cool. Look at that. It's so cool. But that's gonna be it for today's video, guys, and we'll get back into the swing of things here shortly, and hopefully start doing some more fun stuff. So see you guys later.